Good morning, Tehmina Khan is here. In TKMaths is fun. In today's video, I will explain to you implicit equation with the help of the question, which I have taken from CIE November 17, variant 3 question 5. This topic is a part of the syllabus of A-level mathematics, paper 3, code 9709. Before we begin, you can see on the top my website address, tkmaths.com, and my blog address, tkmathsisfun.blogspot.com. You will find the link of all my videos I have made so far on this blog and as well as here. But website is offering more help. You can have online classes, you can have short courses, challenging question, checklist for exam preparation, and etc. So do visit it, you will find it useful. It is still under development. So let's begin with the question. So the question is, this equation is given to you. Implicit equation are those in which you cannot express y explicitly, right? For example, you are used to of writing equation y is equals to, for example, 2x squared plus 3x. So where you can write y in terms of x. This is called explicit. But here you cannot write equation in terms of y, okay? So these are implicit equations. Now, if you have to differentiate it and you have to find dy over dx, how do you do it? This is what you have to show, that the differentiation of this equation with respect to x will be this. So let's recall a few things here first. And now, you know, when, for example, question is given to you, y is equals to x squared, right? And you have to differentiate it. It means dy over dx you have to find out. Sometimes it is written like this, and sometimes it is written like this. Means y is actually equals to x squared, so you can write x squared and write divided by or differentiated by dx. Then it becomes 2x. So basically you are differentiating x squared with respect to x, okay? So now, if you have to differentiate y squared with respect to x, then what will you do? This is you need to understand. So if you have to differentiate y squared with respect to x, it means this, right? But y squared you cannot differentiate with respect to x, so you have to make a chain rule here. And what is that? Differentiate y squared with respect to y, and then y with respect to x. Okay? So you make this chain rule. You do not show this step. I'm doing this here to explain it to you. Then I will solve this question. I will apply it directly. So I'm just telling you the logic behind it. So now when you will differentiate this with respect to y, it will become 2y. So it will become 2y, and this will remain as it is, dy over dx. So I can say a differentiation of y square with respect to x will be 2y dy over dx. So one can remember it like this, 2 going as a multiplier, subtracting from the power by 1. So 2y, and then just write dy over dx along. But this is the reason behind it. And dy over dx can be written as y prime. This is just another notation. Just like differentiation is expressed by this way, or dy over dx. Okay? So now, just let's do few oral differentiation of y with respect to x so that we can apply it quickly. This is, I have just explained it to you, right? So now if you have to differentiate 3y squared with respect to x, it will be 3 to the 6 y, because 2 minus 1 is 1, and then dy over dx along, just like we have done here. Then suppose you have to differentiate y. What is the power here? 1. So it will be 1 times y, 1 minus 1 is 0, dy over dx. So it is simply dy over dx. So whenever you just differentiate y with respect to x, it becomes dy over dx. And the reason I have explained to you here. So if you have to differentiate y power 4, it will be what? 4y cubed dy over dx. I hope you understood this. So let's go to the question. Okay, so now in this equation of the curve, I have 4 terms, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I will differentiate each with respect to x. So let's do it orally first. What this will become? 4 will come here. 4 to the 8x cube. Correct. Leave it for the time being. What this will become? We have just done this. 4 will come here as a multiplier. 4y cube, because 4 minus 1 is 3. So 4y cube dy over dx, and differentiation of a constant is 0. Here you will apply what? Think. U into v. Okay? Because these are two functions considered. So function u and v. And you remember the formula of the product when you differentiate uv prime plus vu prime. Okay? So now, when we differentiate this, I've written the question here once again. It will be 8x cubed. Now this is your u v prime, because if you differentiate y3, it will be 3y square dy over dx plus v prime, I'm writing this formula basically, right? So this is my v, this is my u prime, and this is my u, and this is my v prime, and this is the question u and v. Okay, and then I'm differentiating this 4y power 4, it will become 4y cube dy over dx equals to 0. You have to find out dy over dx. So the terms which have dy over dx, separate them. So it is this term and it is this term. The other two terms take to the other side. So I've taken it to the other side, minus y cube, taken it to the other side, minus 8x cube. And I'm writing it here. Y prime is actually dy over dx. So now I will take common out. And then I will take it down in the denominator. It will just like this. When you have two minus here, if you want to take common out, you can, like it is done in the question. So that's why now you can say shown. So you have shown that dy over dx, or the gradient function of this curve, is equals to this, right? So this is your curve and this is its gradient function. Let's see part 2 of the question. Now part 2 is saying show that there are 2 points on the curve at which the tangent is parallel to the x-axis. So basically you don't know the curve, whatever the shape of the curve, but there are 2 tangents which are parallel to the x-axis, and the points on those tangent or the curve you have to find out. Okay, so now let's go to the gradient function. This was the gradient function. When your tangent is parallel to the x-axis, what is its gradient? It is 0, right? We know that when the line is parallel to the x-axis, the gradient is 0. So how can this be 0 if your numerator is equals to 0? Because 0 divided by anything is 0. So that's why this is the hint, that tangent parallel to x-axis means gradient is 0. It means your numerator is 0 here. So this implies that minus 8x cube minus y cube equals to 0. So I'm multiplying it by minus. And after that, I am making x a subject. You can make y a subject, choice is yours. I'm making x a subject, and I got minus y upon 2. If you want to make y a subject, you can, choice is yours, right? So I have made x a subject. What will I do with this x? Yes, I will substitute in the equation of the curve, right? So this is the equation of the curve. And you, if you want to substitute y is equals to minus 2x, right? You can do that. Choice is yours, like I said. So I'm substituting x and replacing it by minus y upon 2 in this curve here and here. Simply I have substituted here, you can see. It will become this. Simple calculation. The even power means this negative will become plus, plus minus minus, and 2 power 4 is 16, 2 divided by 16 is 8. So that's why it is 8 here. After that, I will take LCM. And then I will cross multiply. So this gives me 5, y power 4 equals to 80. So I'll get the value of y from here. And I got y is equals to plus minus 2. Now what will I do with this value of y? I will substitute it in this equation which I have found, right? Because I have to find the value of x corresponding to these values of y. So one time I have y plus 2, another time y minus 2 from here. And I will plug in here. When I substituted 2 here, it will be minus 2 over 2, I got minus 1. When I substituted minus 2 here, it will become plus 2, and I get 1. So my one point is minus 1, comma 2, okay? Because x is minus 1 when y is 2, another is x is 1 when y is minus 2. So this is how you will get the 2 points on the curve where the tangent is parallel to the x-axis. So thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked it, learn something from it, please press like and subscribe button and share it with your friends. Take care. Allah Hafiz.